that's where I'll be. Shoulder me dying, got this truck a-flying, I'll be there on time. Heading down the highway looking for the rodeo sign. You might think it's crazy chasing this cowboy thing, making a living riding horses, bulls, and dreams.
Good evening and welcome to the legendary Gold Coast Hotel and Casino and National Finals tonight. Brought to you in part by Kentucky Fire, Maker's Mark, Pinnacle Vodka, Coors, 14 Hands Vineyards, Cooper Tires, Ram Rodeo, Justin Boots, National Cowboy Museum, Wrangler, Montana Silversmiths, Resist All Hats, Pepsi, Boyd Gaming. National Finals tonight with 8-time world champion bull rider Donnie Gay, 8-time world champion cowboy Joe Beaver, and the men and women of the NFR. Sit back, relax, and enjoy National Finals tonight. And now, here's your host, award-winning television personality, Mr. Dan Miller.
Hi, everyone. Hi, young lady. How are you? It's sure nice to see you, huh? Welcome, everyone. We're glad to have you here for National Finals tonight. After the 10th round, what a great rodeo, huh? How many were there this evening? I love it. Great. Yeah, I think I might have even seen you there. That's a wonderful thing. We've got lots of people to come out and talk with you. Let's get this evening started. These two gentlemen are my co-hosts. The first gentleman, I've worked with him for 30 years. We were 14 and 15 years of age. This guy is the 8-time world champion bull rider Donnie Gay is here tonight. Yes.
All right, welcome.
How are you?
I'm really good. Things get right on Saturday night.
I'm liking it.
All good all week long.
You know, you and I were just talking back there, Donnie. We thought over the 10 days, this is about as good a National Finals rodeo. We've been doing this 8 years, and it's just outstanding every night.
You know, you would like to have every performance be just, the ones that you're pulling for to win, this, that, and the other. But this rodeo, it's so hard. A lot of y'all have been to a lot of rodeos, to have, whenever the top guys score real well on Thursday night, and then, Friday night might be a little less, and then Saturday night, it just kind of sometimes falls off. This rodeo this year, Sean Davis, I think, has done a great job. He's kind of a hard ass on the Cowboys, but, a really good job doing it for live television, a lot of time constraints that don't come into play at any other rodeo. I just thought it was real good.
Yeah, I think it's outstanding. We want to tell you if you want to be involved with us here tonight and send us up a question. We have had great questions all over the last 10 days. Let me give you a number, and it'll be up on the screen as well. You can text us at 702-582-5638, 702-LUCK NFT. And also, we've put all these shows now on YouTube. When you get at home and you want to watch them over again, go onto YouTube and just type in National Finals tonight and take a look at the shows. And also on the Wrangler Network, every morning I post a highlight of these shows as well. Donnie, let's you and I go through the average winners before we take a look at the highlights here, just the guys that, in case everybody missed out on it, the world champions in the average, of course, in the bareback riding, Casey Field. Incredible.
Basically, the average dictates a lot of times the world championship. Now, next year, as the raise kicks in, the go-rounds go to darn near, $30,000. No lead is going to be safe. The 15th guy is going to have a real good shot at winning a world title next year as the money begins to just not just bump up, but we're talking about jump up. Casey Field wins the average in the bareback riding, won 2 go-rounds. The guy has just been a machine riding bucking horses, won the average, and won the world championship. Luke Branquinho, he wins his 5th world championship. All he had to do tonight was not make a mistake and go down. He runs his steer a little bit further, maybe 2 strides further than has been happening all week. But, he lost a world championship here about 3 years ago. He threw his steer down all the way down. We watched it back right here on the show. and he didn't get a flag.
Right.
Cost him a world championship, and he threw the steer. It was a mistake made. But you know what? It was in the books. He said one thing about it. He said, when I put him down tonight, he'll be down, and he did, and just did a great job. But the guy was confident. I saw him at the Indian National Finals in November at South Point, and he was there, and I said, you know, you look real good. And he told me, he said, I got wooled around the last time I was at the NFR, and he said, that's not going to happen again. Worked, he was tuned up, comes back 5-time champion of the world in steer wrestling. Luke Branquino, Trine and Corkle, we had them on the show, both of them, one at a time. Yep. They win the average, they win the world championship. You know, Trevor feels bad, but those guys, you know, they didn't just back into the world championship. They came here in the lead, and you know, they put it on them pretty good. I really like that. And Spencer Wright,
may be the surprise there, yeah.
So anybody surprised that the last name Wright's going to get money, you know, the money girl and all, kind of like a Louis L'Amour novel. Spencer Wright, the youngest one, wins the average, rides great all week long, does what he's supposed to do in a bronc riding. Tough Cooper, he wins the average. He thought maybe he'd win 4, 5, 6 go-rounds. That wouldn't be out of the question. Well, right. Guess what? Doesn't matter how good you are, no matter what you think, you have to come show up every night. And some of those little things happen, but he never panicked, and that's the trait of that last name, Cooper. If you got your sights set, you go win the average at the National Finals Rodeo if you're wanting to win a world title, and that happens to you. It does it again for Tough. And how about that barrel racing? Lisa Lockhart wins the average. You know, Louis getting it going. I mean, it's just outstanding rodeo. And then how about the little boy, Sage Kimzey?
Sage Kimzey. My goodness.
Okay. My friend Bill Cornell is the best pilot in the world. He can, I mean, if the airplane will fit through the front door, Bill Cornell could fly it through here and not touch nothing. If it measures out, he can do. He's that good. Well, he was that good when he was 18 years old. Won the Rookie of the Year in 1963. He won second in the average. He rode all 8 bulls in Los Angeles, California, but he slapped his last bull, Leo Brown from Canada, won the average. He rode all 8, qualified on all 8 bulls. Rookie, 18 years old, Sage Kimzey, he couldn't do anything about the birthdays, but everything else, he kicked ass. I'm telling you, this boy can ride.
Oh.
Wins the average, wins I think maybe he missed breaking one record.
Yeah.
And that's the record held by Matt Austin.
Right.
In 2005. Matt won $320,000, the most money that's ever been won in the bull riding single event. And that's the only thing he did notch. But guess what? His first National Finals rodeo.
Top Gun got him a brand new truck and everything else. Yep. All right, what we did was put together a highlight reel of round number 10 here for you to take a look at in case you didn't get to see it on television tonight. And Donnie, we've got this racked up to roll. If you want to take a look at the bareback riding, you do it for us. Round number 10, Donnie Gay doing what he does best.
All right, well, Caleb Bennett, he has not had a great NFR, but whenever you got the best bucking horses going right now, Dirty Jacket, the world champion bareback horse, he just spurs him, rides him just like he wants. I still love the hairdo. I mean, he's got lots of it. Check the mark out. I mean, this horse does the high-o silver and its trigger all over again. 2 jumps, he spurs this horse out, and then both spurs back to the rig, and every jump straight. That was outstanding. Drew Melvin, he's coming in. Not the best finals, but guess what? He shows you what he can do. Gets down, go-round winner, 3.4, sets the pace, and, you know, he knew it was Saturday night. Was he happy? Yes, he was. I'm telling you, watch the start, slide down, shape the steer, watch him raise up, get leverage. That's the way you set up a steer wrestling run, and he's telling you about it. Yes, sir, I am happy. That's another 20 grand right there in 3.4 seconds. Team roping, Beers and Cooper. Go-round winners. I mean, gets it on them right in the corner and get tight, but what you got to get is a good flag. Watch, this heeler shortens things up. There's the quarterback. Joe Beaver says it all the time. Hitter sets it up, turns him, first legal hop. That rope's coming down. Now watch the steer come tight in the back end because you've run out of room on the head and side. What a great run, 4-1, first place, and then the bronc ride. Cody DeMoss has not had a great NFR. You put him on a good horse, got a lot of timing, That can't be done any better. 86 points from my Louisiana friend. This guy, him and his brother, they're hauling a truckload of money back down to the bayou. But watch this. See how he sets his feet, turns his toes out. The judges are looking right at it. What a great ride for Cody DeMoss. In the tie-down rope in my fantasy pick, yes, I didn't win last. I don't have to get a tattoo. Cody O, 6.8. Yeah, well, he didn't do much in average, so what? I mean, 20 grand a night, just go out there. I mean, you don't have to work 10 seconds a night. My God. I mean, this guy, he's a monster. When he was at Pasadena, Texas, he had to win the last go-round to make the national finals. When he did, I said, well, there's 14 ropers going to Las Vegas that just threw up in their mouth. Cody O qualified. Oh, yeah, okay, and then the barrel racing. Mary Walker, okay, the Big Bay, he gets her going, the ground is good, and if you'll notice the texture, the look of the sand, they got a little more moisture on it, and the horses stood better. There were still a couple that broke away and tripped tonight, but boy, I tell you, just makes it look so easy. Doesn't look like he's running fast, but Joe Beaver said when you want to go fast, just slow down. What a great job for Mary Walker. I know Byron's going to hire a driver. Tyler Smith is one of those guys, I keep saying, got all the ability in the world. This is as good a bull ride as you want to watch. Jump, get around 84.5 points at any rodeo all year long. This is a 90-point ride. Okay, who cares about what the total score is as long as they get the places correct? That was a beautiful bull ride from the kid from Colorado, Tyler Smith. First place and was really good. And the other thing I want to say.
Yes, sir.
Bo Hill.
Yes.
6'9" or whatever he is. Well, I mean, I
He
don't
looks
even,
that
I don't
way to
even
you,
come
yeah.
to his shoulders.
So he's about 6 foot then. No. What did you want to say?
You know, the guy, I mean, he walks in the locker room like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating for the first time in quite some time. This guy, I mean, he just barely can shuffle in. You know, this is his, I mean, he's been rodeoing hard for 13 years. First time he went to the national finals was in 2002. And here it is, 2014. This kid from Montana, I mean, the bull that he had, they won Salinas on him. He bucked great the first. He didn't buck tonight. I mean, the bull, for whatever reason, just say, you know, I got a headache, he didn't perform. Well, when he's not bucking, he about runs out from under Bo Hill, and he's hanging off the side. And you think, well, he's going to let go. No, he don't let go. He hangs on. He's 60 points, gets an option for a re-ride. He can count. Okay, so he makes the 8-second whistle, gets 60 points. Well, that's worth second place, $16,000. That moves him up a bull in the average, even with the 60 points. The bull means more than points. Yes. That moves him up a slot. So tonight was about a $50,000 night, so he's not quite so sore walking to the joint tonight. I'm telling you, this kid. I had a great time, and I told those bull riders in there, I appreciate them letting me, share their time in the locker room. I spend the whole rodeo, right, but I don't even go out at the locker room until the barrel racing, because it's just so much fun sitting there listening to these guys talk. Brings back some good memories, and boy, it's a lot of fun.
Donnie, let's get to our first guest here. Joe is stuck in traffic and on his way over here, but I'm so glad that this young man came out tonight. I'm amazed that he came out tonight, and we're just honored that he's here. He is the 4-time world champion bull rider, and he is beat up, and he is here. J.W. Harris is here tonight. Would you welcome him?
Yeah, how about a Texas bull rider?
Too hard.
You're going to stand in for Joe, you're going to stick your stomach out a long way.
Yeah, I'll just get a pillow.
There you go.
He'll get Justin Rumford to do it.
Well, now he can do it.
Yeah.
We are so glad to have you here, J.W. My goodness, it's just, it's been a 10 days, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I enjoy coming to this show. It's a lot of fun, and it's always a good way to start the NFR and a good way to end it.
He's always here on the first night, and we appreciate that so much. And tonight, when Donnie said, I'm pretty sure he's coming, J.W. walked in, he said, I said I'd be here. I said I would be.
Yeah, he
there.
was all worried because I didn't answer his text message, and I told him, I said, I told you 3 nights ago that I'd be here, so. And of course,
Well,
Donnie.
I
Donnie.
just wanted to make sure. Well, he had this quart.
He just didn't want
of
somebody to make
whiskey
him look
called-
bad.
And the title of it says Fireball, and I actually took a drink of it, and it's pretty fiery, and but he drank 2 bottles of it, and he's still here.
You
Donnie's
was
stretching the story by a lot.
Well, I'm
here.
not going to let facts get in the way of me having fun. Come on.
You sound like Bob Tallman.
Well, now, JW, as we're looking at you here, you got the black eye, and I know you've got
You
stitches.
look like
and,
hell.
And but feeling,
I feel like hell.
I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. And we're going to take a closer look at that. Before we do that, just tell us what all is hurting, and you got the brace on the leg. Just how are you?
You know, the worst part of it's the knee, and you know, and so I thought I'd give it a shot last night, and you know, I knew I had a good one. I've been on him before, so, and I thought if I could get past him, that I could get past the bulls that are tonight, and you know, right there whenever he first turned back, he was actually really good, and then he kind of started moving forward on me, and I really had to turn that toe out and get a hold, and I just couldn't do it, and you know, so you know it, you know, it's not an excuse. I still should have rode him, but it's you know, so I figured it's like, well, if I couldn't ride him last night, then I wasn't gonna have a good shot at riding the bull tonight, and I talked to Tandy, and Tandy told me, he said, look, he said, you're not gonna improve anything in the average or any of that, you know, because Tandy pays more attention to that than I do. And he told me, he said, you've got nothing to better. So he said it'd be best if you just set out and get it healed up and start fresh next year.
What is the injury to the knee? I know you're going to have surgery. Could you?
No, we're not. I don't think we're going to have surgery. It's just kind of a rehab thing. So you know, I've got an event 3 weeks from to yesterday, and so we're just going to go home and rehab it like crazy, and then you know, hopefully it'll be good to go.
Okay, let's take a look.
You know, he's going to get home and he's going to, you know, make Jackie mow the yard because he's going to be going, oh, my knee's really sore.
Hey, that's why I won the riding lawnmower for Cheyenne. She loves that thing more than I do.
Got a little umbrella on it. and
It's her
everything.
tractor. Yeah, it's her tractor. I come home one day, and I just see this dust cloud going through everywhere, and she come in. She looked like.
Be careful.
She wasn't white no more, and she come in and she goes, I'm gonna go take a shower, and I said, you might want to. I said, you might want to take a couple because it's gonna be pretty muddy by the time you get done.
Mowing the driveway, but having a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah.
JW, let's take a look. This is from round number 5 on the Tough Enough to Wear Pink night. This is a good ride from you. You and Donnie take a look at it.
Well,
and
this
talk
was
about it.
before he looked like Rocky Raccoon with all these black eyes and stuff. And I mean, the bull goes left, right. J-Dub does what J-Dub does. I mean, you know, I wind up being the guy's biggest fan because sometimes, you know, they were about 4 points shy on the markings on here. I hollered at the judges all week long. 2 ways, now 3 ways. I'm sitting there, I'm going, I know I could have rode those first 2 reverses, but the third one, now that was a little bit much. Just a nice bull ride, but this guy shows you time and again why he's 4-time champ of the world, and that was one of them right there.
You know, the worst part of that was the highest marked ride I've made all week.
Well, and what that goes to show people, I mean, you just come from the PBR finals. You won the Rookie of the Year there. You rodeoing all year long. You make the finals. They take away $60-something thousand because of a rule that should be, well, it's in there. So they were just in removing the $50,000. That takes you out of having a chance to win the world championship. but you still come in, you know, with the same JW fire and attitude that I see. But folks, helmets, vests, all of that stuff, that doesn't keep you safe. What keeps you safe is being up on top and not down underneath them, and that takes a little talent. But I don't care how good you are, sometimes you're going to get humbled. Can we see that tape, fellas?
Yes, we've got it. Let's and JW, I'm sure you've seen it, but let's take a look at it. We've got several looks at it.
And
I
I
was
was
going to say
pretty,
anything. Just go ahead, J-Dub.
I was excited to have that bull, and I knew he was gonna kind of. I mean, whenever he turned back, he was exactly what a guy wants. But he kind of right there, right before he drops me off in the well, he kind of rears and then moves away from me, and it just drops me off in the well, and you know, and that was the deal that did all the damage and everything that there was, you know. But you know, you can't win money if you don't try, and you know, and shoot, I was just trying to sell tickets there, and I think the next night after that they were sold out. So I did a
guarantee
pretty
you it
good
was
job.
the next night when they thought you were going to get on, it was standing room only, buddy. Yeah, I mean, the scary part, you see the back feet, the front feet, you know. I mean, I said right on TV, thank you, Jesus, you know, because that's the only protection that you had right then. But, man, this is a cool hang-up.
Yeah, it'll dang sure go on the reel tape. You know, if I retire and something and want to put together a good photo deal, that one will definitely go on the reel.
Well, I can tell you of all the things that I did riding bulls, yeah.
You just didn't try as hard as I did.
No kidding. I mean, I was scared. I was wanting loose. You know, I mean, you were laying there taking it. I screamed and cried. But I hung up to a bull, you know, similar in 1975, and it seemed like for an hour that I was hung to the bull. And of all the good things that I did in bull riding, I got more publicity out of that one damn wreck. And that was the only bull that bucked me off at that 75 NFR.
But
whenever
you have the three guys that you've got standing out there to protect you, you'd go climb on Godzilla. I mean, the three guys, and then, I mean, even including Justin Rumford, I watched him fight a perf at Nampa one time, and the guy's pretty handy.
I watched him fight a miniature bull. He was about this big.
Well, when I watched Justin, it was a full-size bull, and he actually stepped around him and made some rounds. But whenever you've got them three guys out there, it does not matter what you're getting on, and you know you're in good hands whenever you've got them three guys out there, and they're the best in the business today.
Okay, so about 5 years ago, you and the guys in the locker room, you know, we had all the brouhaha about the NFR and what home it's going to be at and this, that, and the other, going to move or threatening to move this past year. 5 years ago, these guys are in the locker room going, how much y'all get paid? And they said, you know, it was around $10,000, about $1,000 a performance. And they're riding and winning $19,000 a performance. So what did y'all do?
Well, and DJ Domingue was the guy that headed this deal up. He started it, and he said, why don't we, you know, whenever we show up, we're guaranteed a check. And so we just took $1,000 from our show-up check, and all the bull riders, we pitch in $1,000. And, you know, that's $15,000 split between three guys. That's $5,000 a man. And so, you know, we started that year, and it's just caught, and you know, so I feel like, you know, I'm the vet of the bunch, and so we just kept it going, and we give them $5,000 each a year for doing what they do. You know, I mean, it's pocket change for what them guys do all year for us, and you know, so we owe them a lot, and that's just a little bit of what we can
Well,
what we can give them.
What y'all been doing?
Applaud that. That's awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. But what y'all have done the last 5 years, including tonight, and now I would have Webster and them do some count the money, because since he didn't get on, he took it upon himself to be the secretary, and he took all the money, and I saw it in his front shirt pocket. So I'm not sure what the final tally was or anything.
There was some blank checks in there that I could have took off with.
But it was kind of funny. But the bull riders put them up to they're making a little over 15 grand a piece this year, which is sure enough comparable, and it's a great thought. But they're going to get that raise in the negotiations, and the NFR is going to be here for another 10 years. In that contract, specifically, the bullfighters, they bumped them up for the raise that they hadn't gotten from the NFR.
Yeah. That's good stuff. JW, where's your wife sitting at?
She's sitting right there with.
Will you come up and talk to us a minute?
Little
Would you
man.
do that? Let's get a microphone.
Want to
and
bring
have her-
them little monsters up here too?
Yeah, they
bring-
can come
bring the
up. They
monsters
can
Bring
come
with
them
up.
you.
monsters up.
If they'd like, they got their
Aubrey, she's
makeup
closing
on.
her eyes.
Come on, sweetheart.
Come on,
I'd just
Aubrey.
like to have
You
your
don't
wife.
have to if you don't want to.
It's up to
Dylan,
you.
he'll come.
Dylan will come. Oh, well, I wanted the pretty one to come.
Greg, do you have a microphone back there for me?
But then it could be a little scary when they have to look at Frankenstein here. But, they've been sewing JW up all week long. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. Jackie, and introduce this young fella here.
This is
Use your microphone.
Dylan. Dylan. He got his face painted.
It looks good, Dylan. You sit right there with Mom. Jackie, I just want to ask you for a second, because I know for all of us, it's darned emotional when something, I can't imagine for you what you feel like, again, when you watch that, and he's good, he's healthy, he's back, everything's good, but just give me your perspective on it.
I can honestly say that the other night I was worried. Usually I kind of just sat back and thank God, literally, that he doesn't get hurt that bad very often. I usually sit back, kind of wait for the storm to be over and know he's okay. That night I decided to go down to sports medicine. It took me a little bit, but I was honestly worried, and thank God that angels were honestly with him, that he is able to walk. There's no broke bones. He was able to, unfortunately, get on a bull the next night, which I was not tickled about. But I'm just thankful to God that he is honestly no worse than what he is right now.
Jackie. My family, my mom, my wife, they went through the same thing that you're going through now.
Right.
But you've got these two little ones, along with that. My daughter wasn't born until, I was about done back in 84. JW tells everybody in the locker room that he gets zero sympathy from you. I'm sitting there, I'm going, Jackie for president, so.
He acts like he used to mow the yard before he got the tractor. But I'm just saying, even when it was a push lawn mower,
Okay,
I
now
mowed
you
the
know the inside story.
But-
there's the
yeah.
truth.
So,
How
Jackie,
about the Harris family here? I'm just blown away. This is fun.
I want you to know, Jackie, just quickly, Donnie, how much sympathy Donnie's wife Terry gave to him when he was injured and laying on the couch at home trying to heal up. What was her lovely quote?
Let me tell you how long ago this was. We bought a brand new couch and new TV, and they just came out with a remote. I got torn groins. I can't go to the bathroom. I'm hurt, I think. So I lay down on the couch, and I get my remote. We got more than 3 channels and snow. And I hit the button. Back then I light a Winston cigarette, and I am comfortable. I'm thinking, and I think it was the middle of August. The worst time in the world to be having to go to a rodeo. And Terry, she comes tripping down through there, and, hey, you're all right, and she walks on through. And I said, honey, I'm just going to stay here for a couple of days. And she said, Donnie, you can't win anything laying on your ass here. She had an armload of clean clothes and already put them in the hang-up bag and had the dirties in the laundry. So I said, okay. So, to the airport I went and got in the plane and went to another one. But so I know you're getting some of the same over there.
Terry's a good judge of character. That's why we love Terry and not Donnie.
Jackie, thank you for talking with us. I love this guy, and I'm so proud of him for what he does in and out of the arena. And JW, heal up fast and come back.
It's kind of like him. I told you I'd be there. Well, don't worry about a comeback. He's just continuing on.
Yep, very cool.
How about
Give
a
him a
round
hand,
of
the
applause
Harris
for my
family.
favorite family right here. J.W. Harris and his wife Jackie and the kiddos.
Books too high.
Yes, sir.
Too rough. 2,000 pounds.
All right, y'all are in for a treat on this next group.
How cool is that, huh? For him to come out after that, that's just amazing to me. Just amazing.
I mean, to share the time, I wasn't going to bring him. I'll go ahead and confess. I wasn't. And he said, I told the bullfighters who are coming up here just been, I said, you guys are going to be our show tonight. I said, y'all have been awesome. And JW, he's sitting over there with his Red Hot. I mean, you got to admit, he looks terrible. That's what I thought.
Yep.
And I had texted Dan that, we're going to, let J-Dub slide. I mean, geez, I like to give him a hard time and call him a sugar tit and stuff like that. But, heck, he's hurt. For real. What?
I still want you to name your next dog that. Would you just?
Well,
Here, sugar
but
tit.
anyway, but for him, he said, man, hey, I'm on the show, I'm coming.
Yeah.
And I said, you don't have to. He said, well, didn't you have me scheduled? I said, yeah, I'm coming.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yep.
I text Dan, I said, he's coming.
And we need one more chair out on this side over here, Greg, on this other side. And the reason I say that, and Donnie knows this well, and they shall remain nameless, but we've had certain fellas that we were going to have come out on the show, and just because they had a bad night, they didn't win. So they were feeling, and they wouldn't come to the show. This guy is just beat up, and I'll be there.
Well, they're not sugar tits. But I can't say what I call them.
Sugar is not in it, huh? Let's get all of these guys out here. We wanted to wait till Saturday night and get them all out here as a group, and we've been bragging on them already. But the Bullfighters and the PRCA Clown of the Year, they're all here tonight. Would you welcome Chuck Swisher, Cody Webster, Dusty Tuckness, and Justin Rumford. They're all here.
Come on down.
Greg, I need one more. You're a good man.
We got it nailed down for your big ass.
You better get 2 chairs for Rump.
Good. I bet I could pull these screws out of the wood if I really wanted to. Pretty strong.
I am not going to argue with you.
Welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you here. It's nice to have JW back there bragging on you, and it couldn't come from a better guy.
I'm glad you're sitting by me, Rump. I don't have to hold my breath and try to hold it in because these guys are over there.
Yeah, you're good right here. I got you down here. I said, what? Just don't call me the sugar thing.
I ain't calling you a sugar tit because that's
I
one
want you to
thing
say the
he's
rest
not.
of it, okay? I'm the
I ain't
sugar
never seen
guy.
no sugar on them.
He eats sugar, though.
You're a liar. Okay.
It's good to have you guys all here, and congratulations to all of you. Outstanding job. Outstanding on all of you here.
Thanks
for having
this
us.
is a big round of applause.
And we know
But
that
I got to tell you, I love Justin, and he's not a piranha. or a bear,
What? I'm
or
a piranha.
No,
He's
I'm a
a
fat
blowfish.
piranha, okay, Donnie? You can say that.
they are.
Yeah, they're like one of them tornado chaser guys. Like he's always
I'm like
around
a
the tornado.
I'm like a backup piranha.
That-
like
that's
when
a
the-
rainbow. It shows
a
up after
blowfish.
the storm.
Yeah, we call him Rainbow. He's
You know,
I can only-
storm chasers, rainbow.
I can only move so fast in that barrel, but honestly, when you got three guys like this that are so good, the barrel man really can't do nothing because I can't get there fast enough because these three got them 8 up, and the bulls don't even know what's happening by the time the guy's off. So I'm just kind of sit back there, and just watch it. You know, it's awesome. So I got to give. I don't like to say this very often because these guys are my friends and they're kind of mean to me sometimes, but these guys are so great. It's amazing to watch, except for Chuck. No, I'm just kidding. And even Chuck. My bad. Sorry about that.
I went in the other day to try to get Justin to come to the show. And I said, Justin, you know, I know it's your first time in Las Vegas, and I know you're excited, and I'm going to have you on with the bullfighters on Saturday night, but I'd like to introduce you to Las Vegas, you know, our crowd, early. Would you come to the show? And he goes, I mean, I've never seen him being at a loss for words. And I went, I know there's something wrong and there's something happening that I'm not privy to. And I said, Justin, that was a yes?
I have a hard time being quiet, okay, for the record.
Really hard time being quiet.
Never
Okay.
shuts up.
I mean, and these guys, they're relatively nice to me most of the time, you know. And Chuck, he comes over and he goes, and I'm glad you're here. He said, tell him that you got a contract.
Verbal
Yeah,
response.
you needed a verbal
but I
response.
needed a verbal response to book him on the show. And I said, Justin, I need a verbal response that you're going to be on the show. And he went,
Thumbs up means yes, okay.
and I'm
That's
going,
proven.
what in the hell are they drinking now? You know, and I'm thinking, you know, and Webster, and they're all talking, but they're not saying a damn word. I don't know what's going on. So I'm thinking, man, these guys are weird. You know, and so I went ahead and walked out of the room, and I'm thinking, I text Dan, and I said, I think Justin's coming to the show. But then he can't see me, you know, that I'm giving thumbs up like Justin told me and everything. Well, Chuck tells me, you know, he's got a $100 bet that he can't not say a word for 20 minutes.
It was 10 minutes.
10 minutes, two
Cody,
different bets.
What happened was, okay, just for the record, these three guys and me, we hang out a lot. Okay, a lot. Like
We
kinda
all
weird.
work out together and stuff.
I don't
if
work
you couldn't
out.
tell.
I drink beer and watch them work out sometimes, but
And hey, we're not going into
not
detail.
in a weird way. Not in a
No
weird way.
detail.
But we're all buddies, and Cody says this all the time, which I love Cody. He's like my brother. And he's always like, do you ever shut up? He tells me that every day. Because, like, when I get excited, I can't stop talking, as you will see here in a minute. But so we're in the locker room, and I'm like this. I'm like, man, we're at the NFR. How cool is this? You know, I'm just walking around. I'm stretching out to do nothing, to get in the barrel. And
It sounds just like Donnie during the bull riding. It never ends.
I'm laughing with you. So Cody says, Justin, shut up. And I said, Webster, I will shut up if I want to. So Chuck says, I'll bet you $100 because I've already lost a $100 bet on the weight loss deal. And
Go ahead and tell them about that.
that's a whole other story. And
$300.
So Chuck set the deal. He got his phone out and set it for 10 minutes, and it's so hard for me to be quiet because I'm like a tree of knowledge, like a tree of rodeo knowledge that I need to expel to the crowds before the rodeo. So I'm sitting in our locker room like this, which is really tough. It was so hard to be quiet. And so when Donnie came in, he's like, are you going to be on the show? I couldn't talk, which was really tough. So I just tried to do the thumbs up deal. And
I mean, I'm thinking he's trying out for one of these, gang movies, giving me these hand signals.
West Side. But I actually lost the bet. But
Tell him how it happened, though.
10 minutes?
No, Chuck told me. I sat by myself, and Cody tried to roundhouse kick me in the eye, which he's really terrible at that. But Chuck said, "Okay, Justin, guess what? It's been 10 minutes. You can talk." I said, and he said, "I promise you." And he stuck his hand out.
Oh, that is a lie. Here we go.
Chuck,
Typical Rump story.
He goes, Rump, it's been 10 minutes. He jumps up just yelling.
Yeah.
And it's been about 6.
But you lied about the 10 minutes. That's why I was not quiet.
Yeah, but you talked.
But at 9 minutes and 30 seconds, I was quiet.
It was about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe.
You lost, Rump. Either way
Which
you
is
look
really
at
good
it.
for me. Give me a round of applause. That was really good. That was good. No. I will fight all 3 bullfighters after this if you want to stick around and watch. Starting with Douglas.
Hey, and I guarantee you it's going to be close no matter who wins.
What? No matter who wins, you know I'm going to win. What? See that? You didn't see that coming, did you? You don't see this one.
That was quick.
Let's take a look at you guys at work over there, and maybe Justin may want to even talk during that.
I'm sure he will.
But let's take a look. Let's back in round number 8, and you guys. This is Aaron Pass right here, and the 3 of you moving in and doing your thing with.
I
Aaron.
was going to say something about that. Why did y'all just attack the little bull with no horns?
He's a muley.
You can get a lot closer.
Good
Them
answer.
ears flop, man.
I'm in the background, moving my barrel in right now. I don't know if you saw that.
Let's take a look at Trey Benton here, and you guys at work again. Dusty, go ahead and talk about it.
Oh, I
Look at
like
that.
this one.
Yeah, Trey's here on Cyrus of 4Ls and just working a 3-man team right there and just happened to fall on my side. I just wheeled in there and took the shot. And without hesitation, Chuck and Webster were there on the backside to pick them off this. And that's just teamwork. And this is one clip of this week, but there's been, I don't know, we fought 150 bulls or whatever this week, and probably 130 of them were all picked off each other. Probably one of the best group of guys that I can actually work with. I'm very blessed to have the opportunity to work with them, and we've made it work all week, kept the guys safe, and we're just looking forward to 2015 now.
Chuck, give him a hand. Yep. Cody, it's your 2nd year here. Dusty, 6th time here. First time for Chuck over here. First time for Justin as well. Tell us your feelings about the first time here.
Man, I was plumb tickled about it. I've been nervous for about 6 weeks. I haven't slept much, and I probably won't sleep for another few days, but it's just a true blessing to be here, and it's even awesomer getting to come with these guys and being with Rump for his first time, too.
You are excited. Awesomer?
Yeah.
You can tell it in his voice.
That's a real word. Google it.
Write that one down, Donnie.
I understood exactly what you meant, and so I don't know what that makes me. So I'm thinking, gee, that was good, Chuck.
Donnie, one thing I just want to touch on real quick.
Oh, no.
Don't be touching on me.
Me and Rumford, we got our PRCA permits and worked our first actual pro rodeo together. And me and Chuck started fighting bulls together when we was like 10 years old. And I met Dusty when I was like 13, 14, I think. And for everything to go on the way it has, but 6 weeks ago when we got the call that we got selected for the NFR, me and Chuck was working the Prairie Circuit Finals at Duncan. Rumford was in the barrel there, and also had a bullfighting school going on. So Dusty was hanging out, helping us, with the school. And we get there to Duncan Friday, and it's the same old thing. We're, harping and messing around with each other and
dipping snuff.
The phone, yeah.
Good.
All right, we'll get on to that in a second. But the phone goes to ringing, and it's Rumford, and he just takes off. We're like, man, we don't know if
I didn't want anybody to see me cry.
We didn't know if somebody
okay?
kicked his dog or
Compton
what
hat
happened,
on.
And he had a Compton hat on, so you think the guy's pretty tough. Well, he takes off, and anyways, he comes back, and he's just crying. And he says, guys.
He's crying? Like tears?
Like
I
a
mean,
baby.
bawling.
Alligator?
And he's got that Compton hat on. He goes, guys, I got a Compton hat on, but I'm crying. I made the finals, and he's just plumb
Been
excited.
waiting on that call for a long time, man.
So we all getting hugging and everything's good, and then the phone rings.
That's
and-
kinda
and
weird.
Dusty walks off, and he was the first one to get the call. And he comes back and says, guys, I got selected for the finals. And, we're sitting over there like, okay, so what's the next, who are you working with? What we're getting at. And
I knew too, but I didn't
Well,
want to
I
spoil
wanted
the
to
fun.
celebrate, but I was wanting to go, I got the NFR, but I went away. I'm like, did Chuck get it? And Cody, no offense.
So-
I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah, no.
But, then the next day my phone rings and, hello, and it's PRCA. And I got selected, for my second time. And I said, guys, I got it made. So then it seemed like there's about 10 minutes there where we're just all sitting around.
There's probably 20 minutes there.
Actually, this all happened in about 5 or 6 minutes.
Let's not get technical on the time. I mean,
Yeah. So then
Who
Chuck gets a
knows?
call, but at the end of the day, we were all together, and it was just you couldn't have planned it out or staged it any better. It was awesome.
I tell you what, I've been watching every single night, and when I said you guys look like three little piranhas, I told the bull riders, I said, hell, just turn loose. I said the bull can't see y'all because there's three little piranhas on their head the minute they hit the ground. But and I've been watching it and I've been impressed, but I didn't know y'all were acting like a bunch of little schoolgirls waiting on the call. Golly.
Well, we were, but that's what the coolest thing is, because like when I first started clowning, it was me and Tuck and Cody at the night rodeo, and when I finally got my card, the first PRCA rodeo I had was with Webster, and then I've known Chuck for a while. He's from Dover, Oklahoma, which is not far from the greatest city in the world, Punk City, Oklahoma. Hey, and so like we've been buddies before this whole deal, so that's what's so cool. Like sometimes they make fun of me for
We've
being
been
fat.
buddies.
They don't like me, but at the end of the day, I can beat the crap out of all of them. So that's one thing that I keep in my heart. What?
The cool thing about it, like Rump was saying, is like I was telling Dan earlier, I started fighting bulls when I was really young, but when I first started fighting bulls a lot, it was when Maury Tate come to the night rodeo, and then Justin Rumford showed up, and ever since I've known him, I mean, he's always been funny. And
I need to bust in on this real quick, okay?
No, weird. Do you ever shut up?
No, look.
There it goes
I want
again.
to say this just real fast.
I feel a bet coming on.
Yeah.
When Tuckness was a young boy, okay, I've been around the rodeo business a long time. I've seen a lot of bullfighters, and I've seen young kids start fighting bulls, and so many times you have to say, go to the bull. It's going to be okay. Go to the bull. You're not going to get hooked. You just got to go try. With Tuckness, it was like, leave the bull alone for a minute, okay? He would fight if there was a bull that was 9 foot tall with horns as big as they could be, he would try to jump him. And I'm out there when I was first clowning in the barrel going, don't do it. But he would, and he succeeded. And so that's what was really cool. I'll shut up now. I'm sorry. I'm emotional.
But anyways, we kind of got started right then. I was there when he first come up with his first couple acts, and he got going at the night rodeo. Then he started going to some amateur rodeos, and before you know it, in the short clowning career that he's had, he's probably, in my mind, had the most success and worked and accomplished as much as in anybody clowning to this day, whether they've 5 years or 25 years. And so that's pretty cool for me, as well as for these two. We've got to be best friends in the last 4 or 5 years. We've got a place down in Oklahoma. We call it the Compound, kind of bullfighting alley. But another cool thing for me was when they first got there, and I'm not trying to sound like the old guy now, I still feel like I'm pretty young, but I actually signed for these two guys as one of their signatures, and it's pretty cool to...
Kind of like AA, you got to have a sponsor.
Did you know Webster still can't grow facial hair?
Half a sideburn. Come on.
I want everybody to stay here because Bob and Boyd are back here, and I want them to come out here and get this tattoo thing resolved. I want to get this.
I haven't looked at the final results
I
either.
think
I'm
Rump lost.
I'm going to stand behind the chair.
I am too. We're going to have Bob and Boyd
them
take
come
our
in here and
chairs.
sit down. Come on, y'all come in. How about a round of applause for the two greatest rodeo announcers in the history of the business, Bob Tallman, Boyd Paul Amos.
Hold on. There's three of us. There's three of us on this stage that are in the Celebrity Tattoo League. All you have to do is not finish last and you don't get a tat, okay?
I just saw the results.
Yeah. See, Donnie, Bob wins it by 6,000 over me. He finishes 5th. I finish 6th. Donnie, I kicked your little midget ass by 20. Okay. The problem is Fred Whitfield for the whole week has been losing. He's been losing. He's been last. Flint Rasmussen will choose a tattoo.
Whoever's last gets the
That
tattoo.
Justin Rumford will receive.
That's still unofficial.
No, it's not unofficial.
I just asked you.
Look,
I'm so proud of you.
look where it came from in the upper left-hand corner, Rumpf.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
sad
that's
suggestion
legit,
is
huh?
the last I talked to Flint, you were getting a Robbie Hodges tattoo
I think it
somewhere in this area, right?
Oh, no.
Right here in this area.
So what's the tattoo gonna say?
It's going to be a face of Robbie Hodges looking down upon his little winker-dinker.
Is that legal? Can we sit?
That's a medical term.
Little winker,
Can
that
I
little
just-
winker
Could be two
knicker.
people sick.
Can I defend myself?
You lost, dude.
Should have just kept your mouth shut, Ron.
I want to say, Jeff, come here. Jeff, come up here.
Rector?
On the way here, okay, I picked my fantasy team, which ended up in the top 50 overall.
But the
That's
tattoo
still
league.
not
But
a
in the
W.
tattoo league, come over here, Jeff. Come over here. This is my best friend, who is like a tree of rodeo knowledge. And
He's our suntan tonto, we call it.
I trust Jeff, so
I will tell him later, Jeff.
we're driving out here. We are driving to Las Vegas, and I have not done my fantasy team for the tattoo league. So I turn to my best friend, and I say, Jeff, I want you to do my fantasy team for the tattoo league because I know I will not lose. So I give Jeff my iPad, and he filled it out. And now it's about to happen right in this region. I just want to put. I'm not trying to blame anybody but Jeff. So I would like for you to explain to Boyd that you picked the team, not me. I'll do it. Okay.
This is true. I did pick the team, Boyd. This is shortly after we called you and I made fun of you about the Packers. 'cause
Right,
we
and
the
then you
Packers.
told me the Packers would beat New England and that the Chiefs would beat Denver, and you were half right.
I was half right. Okay, and I was fully wrong about this, obviously. But going into this, I really thought I had a great team.
Who
And
was
you
on it?
agreed to the team. I had.
I did not agree to anything, Jeff. I was in the trailer sleeping.
wait,
all
wait, I'm
day.
gonna tell
It
you my
says
picks.
Justin Rumford next to who's getting the tattoo.
Listen, I will tell you who I picked because I think I remember very well, actually. I picked Tim O'Connell.
That's a good shot.
He really was fixing to do some
Yeah,
work here.
I agree.
I had Nick Guy in the Steer Wrestling. I had Wade Sindel.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
I had Nick Sartain and who was
Rich
it?
Skelton.
Rich Skelton. Barrel Racing, I had Jana Bean because I thought she was down their ways. I thought 15th the first could happen. And in the bull riding, I had Aaron Pass. So
You
I didn't
know
think
what?
I had a bad
I
team.
can get you a job as the GM of the Dallas Cowboys.
That ain't okay. All right.
That's fair.
So,
That's
in
okay.
my
Probably have a winning season.
In my defense, if you see me like next year jogging down the street with a half-top shirt on, with a tattoo, it's
Robbie
not me
Hodges.
that just. How many people want to see me beat up Boyd? Oh my goodness! Okay.
Now,
So-
Boyd, when and where will this take place? When does,
Well,
is it a-
those moments happen, but I'm pretty sure we're going to YouTube it.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, we got to find the tattoo artist that wants to stick a needle in that.
Do they make enough ink for something like that?
Don't I get to pick the area?
I'm not sure if would they do it like they do on ESPN. Your ass is bad. You're in a bad way.
I got a lot of area right back in this region right here. You don't want it. You don't want it.
That's nasty, actually.
I'm sorry, but for the record, but I will tell you this, okay? This is really cool. This is a great thing about rodeo is friendships. And my best friend Jeff said since he lost for me in the tattoo league, he's going to get a matching tattoo of what I've got to get.
I don't recall that conversation.
Did you say?
I
Did
don't
you say?
recall that.
Would you say it over there? Did
No,
you say
I
it?
don't think I did. No, Ty?
Either way,
Okay.
Either way.
Fair enough.
we'll talk. We'll get
We'll
that
talk
figured
later.
out. So
Get a tat, dude.
I've already got two.
Yeah, and
You see one
in my
right here on the
defense,
back?
Boyd, have you seen his one tattoo? It is the dumbest tattoo ever.
Why does that
so
not
this
shock me?
tattoo will probably be an
What
improvement.
is you've got two?
You've got to
What have
show
you
it.
got and where?
You've got to
Where
show
is
it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Certainly.
You guys want to see it?
Well, where is it first? Yeah.
Be careful, boy.
For those of you who can't read it, it says constantly. That's it.
Constantly stupid?
Constantly what? That's what I said.
No, it means all the time.
Constantly.
All the time
Is that
talking.
not the dumbest tattoo you've ever
all
seen?
the time.
There was a free tattoo guy at a Cross Canadian Rag Week concert in Stillwater, Oklahoma. You tell them your favorite song, they tattoo your leg.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've ever made a mistake. There should be some hands go. One more, raise your hand. Boyd, did your hand go up? You know what? I don't care. I wanted a tattoo anyway.
No, leave it up, Justin. That's good. Yeah. I think it's misspelled.
Where is...
Somebody Google that.
All the time has less letters.
I know I'm going to hate myself for asking this question. But where's the second one and what does it say?
Show
Where's the second one and what does it say?
Okay, if you're over 21, please raise your hand. If you're not, please shut your eyes. I made that up. No, I can't show the second one due to a binding contractual agreement I had with a certain company. So
That's fair.
juicy. Lower back tattoo right here. You know, I'm just playing. No, I got another one. It's no big deal. So.
What do you mean it's no big
Can
deal?
you tell
It
us
is a big
what
deal.
it is? Just tell us.
It's a brand. It's on my arm.
It's a huge deal.
No, it's.
Sorry.
Can you go sit down, please?
I think it is. I have to say this first. I think it's a huge deal because it's your family's
Okay,
brand.
hold this. I'm gonna roll this up, ladies. Get ready to free ticket to the gun show.
The gun show. Do you need some scissors?
He needs some sons, what he needs.
The shirt won't rip because it's a cinch shirt, and they are the ones to buy. Okay. This is a double bar R on my arm, and it's our cattle brand of Rumford Cattle, Rumford Rodeo Company in Abbeville, Kansas. When I was 12 years old, I told my dad, I'm getting a tattoo. And he said, no, you're not. And I said, no, I met a guy at the bar the other night, and he said he'd give me a tattoo for free.
Did you say you were 12 years old?
12 years old.
You guys ever been to Abbeville? Don't judge, all right? So my dad says, this is a true story. My little brother is here to vouch for it, okay? So my dad says, you can get a tattoo, but I get to pick it. So we got the double bar R on the front left shoulder, just like we did with all our cattle. So,
And then...
but let
and
me tell you this.
Okay, but wait. When did they cut you?
I got triplets, Boyd.
Yeah, but we've been over this.
Oh, yeah, let's not go back. But for the record, I was the coolest dude. I didn't even wear sleeves for like
You
a year and a
look like
half.
the coolest
I was
dude
at the
right
sixth grade
now.
dance with my tattoo out, like, what's up? What? So to this day, yeah. So I got 2 tattoos. About to have 3. So.
Soon to be 3.
Constantly.
Well, yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
Show him your tattoo, Bob.
No.
Okay, we'll wait on that.
He's got a tattoo over his butt that says exit only. He's been telling us that.
Just in case I fall down in San Francisco.
Oh, jeez.
Does this happen every night here?
Yes, yeah.
I think this show's took a turn for the worst.
Yes, definitely.
So anyhow, thank you, everybody.
I would like you to, where our time is gone, would you give all of these guys a hand here, guys? Just stay right there, and what we're going to do, yeah, standing ovation out there for you. We have a lot of prizes to give away this evening. This is our 8th year of doing national finals tonight, and every night is an absolute... Yeah, the heck with the prizes, just keep these guys up here.
Win a free dance from Justin Rumford. Hey-o.
With a gun show.
Yeah, the gun show.
That's the best line on
Thank you for joining us. We're going to say goodbye. And all the guys here on the crew, give them a hand, would you, as well? The guys on the cameras here, my guys, Ryan and Jeremy in the back, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for being with us here on National Finals tonight. As soon as we do our closing, we will give away lots of prizes. And Donnie, 8 years, and we appreciate it, don't we? Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Y'all have fun. The night ain't over yet.
Buck and ball.
Gary LaFuse, legendary Buck and Ball's upstairs. So if you're not really having to go to sleep after the prize giveaway, y'all go upstairs and we'll have some fun. It's Saturday night.
Thank you for watching and attending the show. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of National Finals Tonight at the Gold Coast, where all the Cowboys go after the rodeo. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, same time, same place. This has been a presentation of Boyd Gaming, riding for the brand. Fun isn't over yet. We invite you to head upstairs for Gary LaFue's legendary Buck and Ball. Live music and dancing with Las Vegas favorite, the Tony Marcus Band. Beer and drink specials, and best of all, no cover charge. We're gonna dance and party till the cows come home at the Buck and Ball.
Got a rodeo. Got a rodeo.